Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another Feeding Frenzy for the 40-day prosperity plan. And we're on day 33. We're getting close. Are you feeling it?
Yep.
You're not feeling it today. All right. 33. I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I just want you to melt on that one for a minute. Just let it permeate.
Okay.
I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. Okay, what does that say to you today?
That is telling me that it has to become a part of me. You know, it has to, my consciousness has to be so aware of it that I don't think about it any more than I think about breathing. You know, and I'm not there yet. I would love to say I'm there now, but I'm just not there yet. I'm closer than I've ever been before.
Same here. Same here.
And it's helped a tremendous amount, but I'm just not there yet. But I will get there because it's a practice, and I'm not going to give up. I'm committed to getting there. You know?
So it doesn't matter what day you're on. If you're committed to getting there. Right?
Right. And that also means that there's going to be good days and bad days.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, as you and I are doing this, trying to become more physically healthy. You know, we have our good days and our bad days too. And there are days when, I'm sorry, I just don't feel like working out. Period. I got this really bad hate relationship going with that rowing machine. And knowing that I've got to do it when I go in there, it's like, oh.
But it's getting easier.
Says who?
It is for me. It's not as hard as it was to begin with.
It's not as hard if I stay in the practice of it.
No.
But as soon as I don't go for 3 or more days, it's almost like I have to start over again.
Right. So
and I'm noticing the same thing with this. As long as I stay in the practice of it, then it is easier. The panic is not as high. It doesn't last as long. It's harder for me to panic now. You know, I really have to dwell on it for quite a while to work myself up into that panic. As long as I stay in the practice of it. As long as, like you said, I keep it in my consciousness. God is my source. You know?
Yeah, I read a thing from Abraham Hicks the other day that said it takes 30 days, about 30 days to make a habit. And it wouldn't if we could keep our consciousness at a certain level for, I think she said 68 seconds or so. And I thought, I don't know that I buy that yet. And, you know, I just don't know, because I feel like there are days that we keep our consciousness right up here at the for longer than 68 seconds. And it's still there. Then there are days when I feel like we are dragging the bottom. You know? Of course, the thing is, there are more of these days now than these days, instead of the other way around, which is what it used to be.
Exactly. And I think that's the yardstick we got to measure this by. Because just like this, getting healthier physically, and I'm not going to say weight loss, because then I'm going to have to find it again. So just like getting healthy, I'm going to have ups and downs. I'm going to have days I'm with it and days I'm not. But the point is to watch it go down. To watch the weight go down. You know, and that's not saying it's not going to do, you know, one of these little things occasionally. And the same thing goes with this prosperity practice. And I think it's why the repetition, like you said several days ago, I can't remember now, is so important.
Oh, yeah.
Because it keeps us in the practice of it.
Well, and it ingrains it in our thinking.
Okay, so are you conscious of the inner presence as your lavish abundance?
More than I've ever been before. I am more conscious now than ever before that I have everything I need. And every time we get in one of these low spots, I remind myself, I have it all right here. I don't have to go look for it. I don't have to go beg people to pay me money. I just don't, because I have everything right here. And if I will just follow those nudges and do what God is leading me to do, then I'll have more than enough of everything, not just money, but everything. And I won't have to worry about a thing, but I have to follow those nudges. And so many times my mind goes, oh, that was a nudge, but I don't see how that's going to bring me any money, so I'm not going to do it. You know, and I just shut it off right there. When if I would just follow those nudges, then money might not come from that, but it might come from somewhere else.
Right. Right.
Or it may not be money. It may just be that, I don't know, the electric department decides to be good to us and cut the bill or something. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. As long as I follow those nudges, it's going to be taken care of. The problem is, I don't always follow those nudges because I don't see how that's going to bring me money. And that's what I need right now is money. Or at least that's what I have in my head, you know?
Right.
So, do I know that divine consciousness is my lavish abundance? I'm getting there. How about you?
I know it. I'm working on the trusting it.
Well said. Which is pretty much what I just said. I know it, but I don't know it at the gut level to where it's my first reaction yet.
But at least now I notice that you and I anyway are working closer to home, so to speak, figuratively and literally. So that when we run across one of those problems, we're looking, all right, what can I do? What's my next nudge? We ask, and then we're literally waiting for the answer, waiting for the next nudge, whatever that is, and then following it.
I've heard Abraham Hicks say 1,000 times, I wouldn't do anything until I had an inspired action. So when you don't know what to do, just wait for the inspired action.
So in the meantime, until we know, we just do the next thing. The next thing. And so we're just going to keep doing the next thing until we know. Right? Until we fully trust. And that's another practice. I trust more now than I ever have.
Oh, yeah, me too.
In this experience. But I know I still need practice.
Replace it with good.
I am conscious of the good as my lavish good. I am conscious of the constant activity of this good. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the good.
Well, I like that. I like it because if I would just focus on the good, what I judge as good, then I'd feel better. You know?
Yeah.
If I can just make myself focus on the good, everything's going to be better. Because I'm going to pull more good to me. So,
as Edwin has told us numerous times, if you call it good, it has to be good.
So if I would just call whatever we're going through good, whatever's going on, every bill that comes in, oh, that's a good bill. That's a good bill. Thank you for that service. Thank you for allowing us the electricity to make all of this work. Thank you for allowing us the cable, so we have internet. Thank you for thank you for providing this water for us to drink and
bathe and wash our clothes.
Right. If we would look at every bill that comes in as thank you for that service. I'm so glad we have that service. And call it good.
Well, even Charles Fillmore says, if you bless what you have, it'll multiply.
Right. So, I'm going to start doing that more. Thank you, credit card bills, because you've given me a way to make ends meet.
You extended energy to us that we were able to use before we pay it back.
Exactly. And then bless the money as it goes out and send it out there to come back again multiplied. If we could just remember to do that instead of hit those low spots, then I think we'd all be better off. Problem is remembering to do that. But the more we practice this, the easier that gets. The easier
to remember it. I agree. Anything else?
Joy.
I am conscious of the joy as my lavish joy.
Mm-hmm.
I am conscious of the constant activity of this joy, of joy. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with joy.
Mm. I like it this time. It's much better than yesterday's.
Yeah. Why?
Because that reminds me that I have a choice. I can either think about the joy and be conscious of the joy in whatever situation I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always something I can find to be joyful for, and happy about.
Mm-hmm.
So I can choose to be conscious, or I can choose to be in fear, or worried. Or
Have you ever been happy about something and not been happy?
Have I ever been happy about something and not been happy? I'm not sure I get that one.
Have you truly ever acknowledged that you're happy
And not be
and
happy?
mean it and not be happy?
No.
My point being, you can't. You can't acknowledge I'm happy
And mean it.
and mean it and not be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that pulls back into my consciousness that once I acknowledge the good in it, the joy in it, I'm filled with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because I know what it's like to be filled with joy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
So if I
us...
turn around and I say, I acknowledge the prosperity in this, then am I not filling myself with that same prosperity?
Mm. Yeah. So I think if we're constantly looking for the joy in things, or the prosperity in things,
Or the good.
then we'll find it.
Exactly.
So we just have to keep doing that.
The moment we look for the fear, we're going to find the fear.
Oh, yeah.
And it multiplies exponentially. You know? So one of my goals is to get the good to multiply as quickly as the fear.
Well, no, let's
Right?
just get rid of the fear. Let's just get rid of the fear. I think we can do that, you know. If we just look for the good, we'll find the good. And even in those panic moments, I'm trying to think more often now. Okay, this is gonna make a damn good story. You know, if nothing else, this is gonna make a damn good story. I came back from that. You know.
If nothing else, the therapist and I have a really good session, right? Is that what you're saying? Oh my God. Maybe
It's
now
always
I need to
good.
put aside money for therapy. What do you think? Oh, I'll just turn the camera on. There you go. There's your therapy. You're too funny. If nothing else, it's going to make a damn good story. I like that. I like that. If nothing else,
Yeah,
it will.
you know, when we make it really big, you say, remember when we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, you know? It's going to make a good story.
And you can get it on tape.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Stream.
Stream.
So I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit here.
Oh,
I can cut it
okay.
out if it needs to be cut out. But as we get closer to the end of this, I've been sort of thinking ahead as to what we're going to do next. And I have a couple of good books on the weight loss studies.
Okay.
And I think
I'm beginning to think you planned this.
No, I didn't. Didn't really. I've been thinking about it a couple days though, because as I edit these and we get closer to the end, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do after this? Because I don't want to lose what we've got here. I don't know that I want to repeat this again yet. I do later, but not yet. So I was thinking about what books. So I have a book by Marianne Williamson on weight loss, the course in weight loss.
Okay.
I could do, which I forget how many lessons, 24 or 5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a little bit longer. I'm thinking as
Well, let them
voting
weigh in.
way in. I really want to do a weight loss thing. That's my vote, because I really need to lose the weight. But I don't want to do it like I've done it before, and some bad diet or just a diet period, and lose all the weight and then gain that and more back. I want it to be a part of my consciousness, and to do that, I think I have to study it like this on a day-to-day basis.
I agree.
And get it in here and in here to where I just don't think about it. Would love to not ever have to think about weight again. You know? And and work out for the joy of working out.
Well, we're going to get rid of that machine before I find the joy in it.
It's not that bad.
Okay, you may have your others, but that one is mine, okay?
Well, it's not my
that
favorite
one.
thing to do, but it's not that bad.
Phew. Okay.